Good morning, kindergarten friends. I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter yesterday. I saw the Easter Bunny at We Cook Pizza. Did anybody get to go get free pizza yesterday? It was so yummy, and I think the Easter Bunny wanted to try some because he was there. He was saying hi to all the kiddos. Also, I heard the Easter Bunny was in the Grand Canyon Park handing out candy yesterday. So if any of you got to see the Easter Bunny yesterday, that is so awesome. And I am so happy to hear that he was in town. Did anybody try to catch the Easter Bunny like our book we read? Did you make a trap? I can't wait to hear about some of that. All right, we are going to be talking about plants and animals this spring. I kind of started on this a little bit last week in our recycling video. Because Earth Day is coming up, it's a great time to start learning about the earth and how things grow. So today we're going to talk about the parts of a plant. So I have this big book. Do you see how big this book is? And I'm going to read you a little bit, and then I'm going to kind of go into our lesson. It's going to be a short lesson today, okay? So this says plant parts. Now remember, when we read, a really good way to read and connect our brain, eyes, mouth, and ears to the words is to point at them as we say them. So I'm going to do that. But first I want you to look at this beautiful flower. We're going to learn all these parts. Up here is the flower. This big long thing is the stem. These are the leaves, these green leaves. And down here are the roots. See those little things? Oh, the light's kind of, there we go. These are the roots down here. So I'm going to read this to you, okay? Plants come in all shapes and sizes. They have a few things in common. All plants need certain things to survive or live. A plant needs water, food, and sunlight. A plant has many parts. These parts help it grow and live. Look at this plant. Which parts do you know? Can you say the ones that you know? Great job. That's right. You are doing such a wonderful job. So here's a little bit more about plants, but I'm going to read you a smaller book so I can show you. But this is showing you some of the parts. Do you see the roots right there? Do you remember when we watched the video of the pumpkin growing and the apple growing? I'm going to share a different video today of a bean sprout growing, which some of you have at home, and I'm going to show you what the roots look like in that video. So we're going to read a little book. Fix this now that I don't have that big book. This one is called The Parts of a Plant. So you see the plant right here? It says plants have many parts. Plants have roots. Plants have a stem, and plants have leaves. The roots take in water and food from the soil. That's the dirt. The dirt is also called soil. And the roots grow down into the ground. Do you see those roots? So the roots are what takes the food and water up the plant. It starts it. The roots grow under the ground, under the soil. The roots hold up the plant in the soil. The roots need to also be there so it doesn't fall over. If the roots weren't there, the wind would just knock the plant over and they wouldn't stand up beautiful. The stem, that's this long part, the stem grows above the soil. The stem grows tall. It holds up the plant and the plant gets bigger. You see that? The stem carries the water and food to the leaves. Some stems are woody and strong, and some are green and strong. So that means woody means brown. Some might be brown like a stick, and some might be green. What do you think those kids are doing right there? What does it look like they're doing? Yes, they're watering their plant. And soon we're going to be learning about how important water is for our plants. And I'm even going to teach you the water cycle and how water happens, okay? Leaves and branches grow out of the stem. Leaves also grow on the branches. Flowers can grow on the branches too. You remember in our apple video, we had a blossom that grew on the branch, and then that blossom turned into the apple. Leaves have different shapes and different colors. What are some colors and shapes you can see in these? Very good. You are doing a wonderful job. The plant starts small. Actually, look at that, how tiny it is down there. And then it gets bigger and bigger. So I want you to look at that, how it grows. See how small it starts? Okay, now back here in my little book, it has a little plant and it wants you to label the parts. So what is this called? That's right, the leaf. Very good. What is this big long thing right there? The stem. Very good. What are these things down there in the ground? The roots. Very good. So in your packet, you have a sheet that Miss Phoebe found for you that has the parts on it. Can you see that? And you're going to label them. So you're going to label leaf, flower, root, stem, and then you can color it beautiful. You'll write the words on the line. Now, you don't have your packet yet, and that's okay. Whenever you get your packet sometime this week, you can work on your plant sheets that are in there. There's also this beautiful sheet in there that's about the parts of the plant. It has the flower, leaf, stem, and the roots. And then we'll talk about some of these other pictures later because these are some things that the plant needs. Right now, we're just talking about the parts of the plant. So I actually have a little song real quick. I'm going to teach it to you, and then I want you to sing it with me the second time, okay? It goes, flower, leaf, stem, and roots, stem, and roots. Flower, leaf, stem, and roots, stem, and roots. These are the parts of a plant, yes, I know. Flowers, leaves, stem, and roots, stem, and roots. Can you sing it with me? Flowers, leaves, stem, and roots, stem, and roots. Flowers, leaves, stem, and roots, stem, and roots. These are the parts of a plant, yes, I know. Flowers, leaves, stem, and roots, stem, and roots. Very good, friends. Thank you. I also have a little poem for us, okay? It's about a seed. Now, I want to show you something, and I'm going to tell you what this is in a minute. But you remember I showed you how to plant in something recycled. We did toilet paper tubes and the water bottles. And I want you to see, do you see in there? Do you see? Look at that. Can you see that? My pea plant that I planted last week is already starting to sprout. It's got a little brown and green stem growing in there. So I'm going to see if I can get it up real close so you can see it. Do you see that? It's right there. Do you see that? It's growing. My plant is growing. We're going to get to watch it grow over the next few weeks, and I can't wait to see what it starts to look like. So we're going to do this little poem about a little seed, which is what we planted last week, okay? So I want you to do it with me. We're going to echo me, okay? Just like with baby Echo. I plant a little seed in the ground. Out comes the sun, big and round. Down come the raindrops. soft and slow. Up comes a flower. Grow, grow, grow. Very good. Can you try to do it with me? I'll try to go slow, okay? I plant a little seed in the ground. Out comes the sun, big and round. Down come the raindrops, soft and slow. Up comes a flower, grow, grow, grow. Very good. That is a fun little poem that we can say about our seed becoming a plant. So I want to tell you a little bit about our plant parts today and about the plant life cycle, okay? How it starts. So in your packet, when you get it tomorrow, you're also going to have a sheet. Let's see if I can get mine turned. That looks like this. And it has the plant life cycle that you're going to put in order. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. So the very first thing that starts a plant, what do you think? It's this right here. It's a seed. A seed starts it. So the seed is planted in the soil. Then what do you think happens next? Then, like my plant today, it gets a little sprout, okay? This is called germination. Can you say germination? Good job. Germination is when the seed starts to sprout. And look down here, the roots are going to start to grow, okay? So next you have the roots and the stems growing, okay? So here, the roots and the stems down here are growing. The roots are going to grow down and the stem is going to grow up. Then we have this one over here. This is called a seedling. The seedling grows out of the ground. The stem and its leaves grow towards the sunlight, okay? It needs to grow to the sun. The leaves make food for the plant, okay? And the sun helps with this process. Then we have a bud. The flower starts to grow or the blossom starts to grow, okay? And this happens right there. And that is when also the bees are helping pollinate the flowers, okay? And animals help and the wind helps and the plant starts to make seeds inside the flower. And then your flower opens, okay? And you have your flower and then your plant is grown. And then all that happens is the seeds on your plant get to go make new plants. And we're going to learn a little bit more about that process later. So what I want for you to do today, if the weather is nice, I want you to go outside and I want you to see if you can find any plants that are growing this spring. See if you can find any new flowers that have grown, maybe new trees that have started. I want you to investigate and look for some plants. I also want you to find some plants and look at the leaves and the stems and the flowers. And I want you to look at all the different kinds and shapes that we can find in our plants outside. Thank you for doing this little science lesson with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.